I'm Jim Smith, USG Committees for MSUMUN. Today's video is going to be about how to pass notes. Okay, so the first thing you need to be aware of is the distinction between notes to crisis staff and notes to the chair. Notes to the chair are about more general concerns like being added to the speakers list, or you feel you're not being called on enough and you need to sort of rectify that with the chair. Notes to crisis are for specific actions or questions within your character's purview, talking to your home government, for example, things of that nature, taking specific action, using resources that are under your control. There are three things you want to keep in mind when you write notes. The first is to always address the notes to whomever you're sending them to, whether it be the chair, to crisis, or to another delegate. For another delegate, you simply write the name of the country. Second, you always want to sign the note. Otherwise, whoever gets the note isn't going to be able to first deliver a response note back to you, and second of all, they're not going to know precisely how to respond given your character or your country. Lastly, you're going to always want to make your notes brief and specific. If you write a page-long note or you don't go into specifics, you're not going to get a real effective response from another delegate, from crisis staff, or from the chair.
Thank you, Director. All those wishing to speak at this time, please raise your placards. Deputy Director, Office of Infectious Diseases.
Well, as we just learned from Dr. Smith, the contaminant could be in our food. And if it's in our food, then that's something that we need to really watch over, because if it's in our food, it's going to spread faster. And especially with symptoms not showing for up to 7 days, it can spread to a majority of the population before we actually treat it. So what we need to do, when passing notes, there's several important things to keep in mind. But most importantly in a crisis, when you're trying to get the note to the crisis staff, you need to clearly label your note crisis staff on the outside. This way, whether you pass it to the chair in the room or hold it up for a crisis staff personnel to pick it up, it will automatically get to your crisis directors so they can respond to you effectively. Also, when you pass the notes, you need to always sign your name. Doing this, it's the only way that we can write back to you or even know you're the person that wrote the note. Finally, you need to keep your notes direct and keep them very specific. When asking something of crisis staff or asking your delegates other questions, you need to not be vague. If the note is vague, no one can really help you out or they won't know what you mean. The more specific it is, the more likely you are to get a real response.